Hey guys, I said in my worst videos that this year had gotten worse, or it gotten better, or I just listened to more music. But I think it might have gotten better, because this year I had 53 contenders, and only 4 of them are 7 out of 10s, and last year most of my bottom half was 7 out of 10s. This year, 46 albums were great. 46! That's so much music that got released that was great to me. Not good, great. And honestly, I'm happy to talk about them. I'm really excited for this list. So let's just jump right in with my number 50, Unlimited Love by Red Hot Chili Peppers. The Red Hot Chili Peppers are the only artist on this list who both have made it onto the worst list and the best list, joining Hobo Johnson of last year. So that makes 2, next year we'll make it 3. But this is a really good album, I think. I think John Frusciante's playing of guitar is really great and saves a lot of these songs. But I think Anthony Kiedis brings this sort of energy to where it really doesn't matter what he's saying, it's just fun. It's some nice music to chill out to, and the drums really help, and I think Flea's bass is at some of its best points on this record. I think my favorite track is One Way Traffic, followed by Black Summer, of course, the single. But this is a good album. I like it. At number 49, we have Chloe in the Next 20th Century by Father John Misty. This was an interesting turn. I wasn't expecting this from Father John Misty, but I like it. I think it's sort of soothing in a way. I think the Next 20th Century is probably my favorite track on this thing, but I do like I think it's just called Chloe. I'm pretty sure it is just called Chloe, that's the name of the track. But this whole album sort of works together in a way to paint this narrative. And it's a really fun narrative, don't get me wrong. But to just paint it and to call it nice, you know? Some of the singles, Goodbye Mr. Blue, Q4 especially, love Q4, are really fun. Not fun, but nice. The bass on Who We Could Be Strangers is a really neat touch. I like the strings all over this album, and the vocals of Father John Misty are incredible. At number 48, we have Pop Drunk Snotbread by Bowling for Soup. This is a fun time. If you like some mindless pop punk that's actually good with some guitar riffs that can get stuck in your head pretty easily, where everything is just a single, this is the album for you. Go listen to Getting Old Sucks, and I wouldn't change a thing. Those are my favorite tracks. Number 47 is Vinyl Days by Logic. A really good rap album, a little bit heavy on interludes, but it's a really good album. I think the closing track, Sayonara, is really nice. I think some of the singles, like Tetris and Therapy Music, are really fun. Not fun with therapy music, but neat, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the right word is. And I really enjoy some deep cuts like Bleed That and La Donda, I think is what it's called. It's a really good album. It's worth your listen. Take a listen. And now we're out of the 7 out of 10s. These are my 8s. Coming in at 46 is Harry's House by Harry Styles. This is a fun pop album. I think it could have been better for sure, and I think it's certainly a taste that you have to have, but if you have it and you like Harry Styles, this is a great album, and I happen to have it and like Harry Styles. At number 45, I Didn't Mean to Haunt You by Quedeca. I saw this getting placed in like top 10 of the year, and I get it, but it just isn't there for me. It's still great, mind you. I still really enjoy it, and I still enjoy a lot of songs, especially the Danny Brown song, House Setting. Ooh, Tell Me a Joke is really good. I like that one. Overall, this is a really good and emotional album. Quedeca has really taken a shift as an artist from his previous records and previous songs, and I really enjoy it. Number 44, we have Once Twice Melody by Beach House. I really enjoy this album. It's a bit bloated for me, but when it comes through, it's a fun time. It's a nice little chill time. The vocals are always on point, especially on the first few tracks, my favorite being Another Go Around. Some of the synths on this thing are pretty great. The keys on this thing are really great. It's overall a great album. At number 43, we have Diplomatic Immunity by Smoke DZA, 183rd, and Nymflo. This is a fun rap album. I don't have anything to say. It's just a hell of a time. And there's a couple of rap albums on this list that are just hells of a time. But this is the worst of them, and that's not even a bad thing. At number 42, we have Dance Fever by Florence and the Machine. Florence and the Machine came back for 5 great albums in a row, and I am really happy about it. Florence Welch's vocals have aged ever so finely, and the instrumentation in the background has really just swelled in greatness, especially the percussion and the guitar. The bass, it's still great. I don't think it really changed all that much though, but the percussion and the guitar have went insanely well, and I like the keys that are sprinkled all over this album. It's a really great album. Go listen to it. Number 41 is someone I didn't think would make the list at all, Coping Mechanism by Willow. This is a great pop punk record. I don't know what to do about it. Like, it's a nice, short, concise little record that just goes hard. Especially the singles. Maybe it's my fault, and fucking the title track is okay. It's a really, the guitars are always on point, and I love Willow's voice all over this thing. My God. Number 40 is Growing Up by the Linda Lindas, the debut album by a fucking amazing punk band. I really like Why and Racist Sexist Boy. The vocals are always good. The guitar is always on fucking point. And I really enjoy the drums. Number 39 is Still Champion by Homeboy Sandman. Another album that's just fun to listen to. I like I like Homeboy Sandman's flow, where it's not really flowing, but that's the point, especially on Fresh Air Fund. That's my favorite track. The sort of sentiment of that track goes hard, and I love the beats all over this thing. And number 38 is Entering Heaven Alive by Jack White. This is one of 2 records Jack White put out this year, the second of which, and I thought it was really great. I like the acoustic that was all over this thing. I think my favorite track was If I Die Tomorrow, or it was Love is Selfish, or Madmen, I believe is what it's called, or it's a great album. There's so many good tracks. It's well worth your listen. You should go take a listen. I think it's really good. Number 37 is Head Full of Sugar by Sunflower Bean. This is a pretty good indie record. I like the bass that's all over this thing, and I love the vocals especially. I Don't Have Control Sometimes being my prime example of why this record is great. So take a listen to that, and if you like that, you'll really like the record. If you don't, maybe skip it, but it's still a great record, you know? Number 36 is Midnights by Taylor Swift. This is a really great pop album, in my opinion, but it's very divisive. This is what I think Reputation should have sounded like, especially tracks like Vigilante Shit, which sort of scream Reputation to me, but then there are tracks like Sweet Nothing, which really exude emotion in a way that Taylor rarely does. Like face-to-face emotion. Taylor always exudes emotion in her music, but this feels so personal, like she's talking to you directly and is talking about your experience. Like, you just spilled all your problems and she's there to help you, you know? But overall, this is a pretty great record. I like fucking Midnight Rain. That's a pretty good track. There's only 2 tracks I'd really skip, Snow on the Beach and Lavender Haze. But other than that, this is a great record. Number 35 is Baku's Revenge by Magnolia Park. Another great pop punk record from this year. I think my favorite track is the one with Derek Sanders from Mayday Parade. I forget the name, but it's that track. And overall, this thing flows really well. It's a nice, short, concise pop punk record, and it's just fun to listen to. I like the vocals of the lead singer. I forget his name. And I got the privilege of seeing them live, and they fucking kill it live. Like, there's no tomorrow. They fucking kill it. But yeah. Number 34 is Full Court Press by Girl Talk, Wiz Khalifa, Big Crit, and Smoke DZA. Another rap record that's just really fun to listen to. I really like Season. If it's classy, we just change the season. Ain't No Fun is a really nice and bouncy track. And I like, I can't think of the name. She just got it. That's Ain't No Fun. I can think of the track, like I can visualize the track, I just can't think of the name. It was the lead single, Put You On is what it's called. The lead single was really great, all the singles were really great. It's a great album. Number 33 is 1111 by Pinegrove. A really great indie album that's very political at points, I think, with some more hard-hitting lines like Never Forget, the t-shirt says, meanwhile with no mask on. really show how Pine Grove can slam it into you. Number 32 is The Elephant Man's Bones by Rock Marcinio and The Alchemist. It's a fun hip-hop record. I think the features do really well, especially Boldy James, of all fucking people. But yeah. Number 31 is Opus Contra Natrum by Behemoth. It's a great fucking metal record. If you like Behemoth, you'll like this record. If you don't like Behemoth, you don't. Thank God I like Behemoth. Number 30, Angels and Queens, Part 1 by Gabriels? I don't know. The vocals on this thing are fucking amazing. I like the jazz influences on this thing. It's a fucking great record. It's a nice little R&B piece. Speaking of nice, number 29 is Who Cares by Rex Orange County. A fucking solid indie record. And it's not really different from Rex Orange County's other stuff, aside from the inputting of strings, which really just put this record over the top for me. Number 28 is Aethiopes by Billy Woods. It's a nice little experimental rap album. It's underrated. Go listen to it now. The features really help this. I like the feature from LP especially. That's my favorite one. And Billy Woods carries his own. His flows are really great, and the beats are always on point. Number 27 is Omnium Gatherum by King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard. A hella double album that doesn't really know what it wants, and that's kind of my main problem with it, but it succeeds in almost everything it touches, especially with the first handful of tracks. The Dripping Tap being an 18-minute masterpiece, Kepler 22B, just a nice, fun little piece of music, and Gaia being a fucking hard-hitting metal track. Speaking of metal, number 26, The End So Far by Slipknot. This was another divisive album, but I was on the side that was really enjoying it, especially with the Dying Song and the Chapelton Rag and Hell and Adderall. Those were some of my favorite tracks. Number 25 is Dream Widow's self-titled debut record. If you're into it, you're into it. This is the Foo Fighters doing metal. It sounds exactly what you'd expect, but it's great. Number 24 is Tana Talk 4 by Benny the Butcher. The beats on this thing are incredible. The flows on this thing are incredible. The features on this thing are incredible. The topics on this thing are incredible. The brags on this thing are incredible. The lyrics are incredible. It's all incredible. Number 23, Changes by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. This is just a fun record. I don't even know what to say. It's just a nice record to little jam out to, especially the single Hate Dancin'. It's just a nice little record. I don't know. It's fun. There's not much thought that needs to go into it. It's just nice. Speaking of not much thought and a fun record, it's 22. It's Kings of the New Age by State Champs at number 22. It's a fun pop-punk record that just fires on all cylinders, especially with the lead single, Everybody But You. Tracks like, I can hum the fucking guitar riff. Whatever. It's just a fun record, okay? It really puts me in a happy mood. Eventually is a really good track. That's what I was thinking of, Eventually. But yeah, overall, a great record. If you like State Champs, you'll like this. Some of the features on this thing go hard as fuck, especially the Ben Barlow feature. But yeah. Number 21 is The Car by Arctic Monkeys. It's a nice little Baroque pop record. If you like Tranquility Base, you'll love this. If you didn't like Tranquility Base, you won't. And that's just kind of how it goes. And I'm okay with that, because I love Tranquility Base. Number 20 is Fear of the Dawn by Jack White, the second Jack White record on this list. And my God, it goes hard as shit. I recently got the record to it, and it's so good. The title track is really great. My favorite track, though, is the single What's the Trick? What's the Trick? That's really amazing, too. I think I also really enjoy That Was Then, This Is Now, the reprise of Visophobia, and Morning, Noon, and Night, the closer, Shedding My Velvet. Overall, just bangers all around. The guitar riffs on this thing are incredible, courtesy of Jack White. The vocals of this thing are incredible, courtesy of Jack White. The percussion on this thing is incredible, occasionally courtesy of Jack White. It's a great record. And number 19 is The Hum Goes On Forever by The Wonder Years. This is a great pop-punk record. Every single to this thing was amazing, and most all of the tracks are amazing. Lost in the Lights is probably one of my favorites. Fucking Oldest Daughter, Summer Clothes, Wyatt, then in parentheses, Your Name. Friends Are Like Lost Teeth. All amazing singles. Number 18 is It's Almost Dry by Pusha T. It's fun, it's catchy, the features are really great, the beats are really great, but Pusha T carries this record. The flows from him are incredible, and I love the lyrics he brings, especially on the lead single Diet Coke, with like the chorus and then the immediate switch and flow where it's like, you ordered Diet Coke, that's a joke, right? And it's sort of like letting space, and then it's just straight into the verse, full steam ahead. Number 17, Fawn by Foxtails. An incredible screamo record with some of the best percussion and guitar, but the violin is what puts this over the top, and the vocals are what put this over the top. The violin is incredible, and the vocals are amazing. I love this record with all my heart. Coming into my 9 out of 10s is Flight Patterns Self-Titled, a Midwest emo classic. It's very twinkly. It's sort of that math rock sort of style of the Midwest emo. And it's really great. I like it a lot. The guitars are on point, the percussion is on point, the lyrics are on point, and the vocals especially are on point. Number 15, Drill Music in Zion by Lupe Fiasco. This is an incredible record. There are zero misses on this goddamn record. Listen to Miss Mural just to sort of understand. It's great. Number 14 is This World Is Going to Ruin You by Vane FM. A solid as hell metal record, vocals that are amazing. The guitars of this thing go hard as shit. It's great. Number 13 is Ice, Death, Planets, Lungs, Mushrooms, and Lava by King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard. Their third record on this list. That is a new record. And could be fourth if Laminated Denim wasn't an EP. However, this is amazing. I love this. This is fun to listen to. It's nice. It's sort of introspective in a way, with guitars that are twinkly yet can also be just kind of rude, if that makes sense, sort of in an abstract sense. But it's great. It's amazing. I don't know what to tell you. Number 12 is White Jesus, Black Problems by Fantastic Negrito. A solid blues rock record told from the perspective of his grandfather, great-great-great-grandfather, who was a black man who was marrying a white woman. It's amazing. Go listen to it, please. The guitars are on point, and the lyrics especially are on point. Number 11 is Tiny Moving Parts Self-Titled, another Midwest emo classic, I think. Another more math rock inspired, but I think this one hits more because of the percussion. The percussion really stands out to me on a lot of these tracks, and on most of Tiny Moving Parts stuff. The percussion is where it excels, you know? Go listen to it. Number 10 is The Inside Outtakes by Bo Burnham. This is the second time in the top 10. It's great. Not a miss on this album. I would skip some of the Bezoses, but that's just because they're sort of interludes to me. The Chicken is amazing. The Future is amazing. 1985 is amazing. Microwave Popcorn is amazing. It's a great album. Go listen to it. Number 9 is My Other People by TV Priest, a post-punk classic now. This is the first of 3 post-punk records in this top 10, and my god does it go hard. The guitars are always going hard, but the vocals are where it goes the hardest. It's where it's sort of chaotic in a good way, you know, like an Idols sort of thing. Number 8 is Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar. It can be fun, it can be tackling topics such as sexual abuse and transphobia, and there's really only one skippable track to me, and that's the one with Kodak Black. It can tackle wealth problems, it can tackle racism, and it's fucking amazing. It tackles mental health. It's fucking amazing. Listen to it, please. Number 7 is The Forever Story by J.I.D. It can be fun, it can tackle problems, and it can have love songs on it. It's a fucking amazing record. J.I.D. delivers on this thing. Please go take a listen to it. Take a moment out of your time. You will not regret it. Number 6 is The Preacher's Daughter by Ethel Cain. Not as fun. It tells a story, and it's a really interesting story. If you take the time to understand the story, it's a really fucked up story, but it's really captivating. And using that story and concept to relate to outside world problems with some of my personal, also tackling sexual abuse and the trust and alcoholism. and religious trauma. It's a really great album. Number 5 is Hygiene by Drug Church. This is a fire pop punk record. It doesn't really tackle, like, it tackles issues, but that takes a back seat to the guitar, to the drums, and to the vocals, and to the bass. And all of that excel this record, and it makes it a gut punch every time you listen to it. With tracks like Detective Lieutenant, Million Miles of Fun, and the fucking, oh god, it was the lead goddamn single, and I can't fucking think of it. But tracks like those that make this album amazing. Fantastic, if you will, which you should. Everyone should take the time out to listen to this, and I'm looking for the track now, yes. But everyone should listen to this. It's an album well worth listening. Fucking super saturated, and world impact is what I was trying to think of. But Piss and Quiet is really great. Fun's Over is really great. It's a really amazing album that's well worth your listen. And number 4 is Melt My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry. This is a fucking incredible rap album. This is my favorite of the year, rap album-wise. Denzel Curry brings beats and flows that no one else seems to be able to bring. Walking around my hood like I'm John Wayne, ice on my hip, I'ma let that bitch bang. I'ma give them what they gave up. Hooks that reel you in just to fucking destroy you. Vocals that are amazing, and features that go hard as shit. I love the Slow Tie feature, especially in the Robert Glasper feature. Those are really great. But yeah, at my number 3 is The Unraveling of Pup the Band by Pup. Any other year, this probably would have taken my top spot. The loudness of this record is so in your face at points, like on the closer, the Pup the Band Inc. is filing for bankruptcy, or on one of the singles, Totally Fine, and then or on Waiting, the lead single, and then there are moments like Robot Writes a Love Song, or Cutting Off the Corners, or Habits, where it sort of dials it back a little bit, just to let you rest, you know? I think the interludes, 4 Chords Part 2 and 4 Chords Part 3 don't ruin it, but they just sort of take it away from being a perfect album. But other than that, I can't think of a single track I'd skip off this thing. This is a phenomenal album, and it would be number 1, except there were 2 10s this year. 2 perfect records came out this year. The first of which being Hellfire by Black Midi at my number 2 spot. This is amazing. The concept is amazing. The guitar is amazing. This is an incredible post-punk record. It's chaotic, it's crazy, it's perfect. There's not a single moment I would skip on this thing, not even the interlude, Halftime. I listen to that when I listen to this album. It's an incredible record, it's perfect. But my number 1 is The Overload by Yard Act. I have been singing the praises to this record for the entire year as it came out in January. And it is incredible. I love the incorporation of the bass, especially on songs like Rich and Quarantine the Sticks. I love the guitar, like the on The Overload, or the on Land of the Blind. I love the introspectiveness of all of it on tracks like Tall Poppies and the closer 100% Endurance. And I love the politics of it on tracks like The Overload and Land of the Blind, and Quarantine the Sticks, and Rich, and Payday. It's just a fun record all around to listen to, and it's a good record. It's a great record. It's a perfect record. It's my album of the year. Thank you for watching. My songs of the year will be coming out shortly. Peace.